Hey guys, welcome back to another video of the funnel diagnostic series. This is the second video of this series, and in today's video, we will break down the opt-in page by Alison Waring. She is an author, and this landing page she is using to take opt-ins for her masterclass. So we will, so I'll quickly show you her landing page. By the way, this is the ad that she is running to get opt-in for her free masterclass, and this ad takes us to this landing page. This is where she takes opt-in for her personal memoir, and obviously it's very clear from the landing page. The hero section is not optimized because the headline is not quite clear in this section because the background is very noisy. Background is noisy. Plus the text doesn't stand out. Plus text doesn't stand out. A free masterclass, it's not even visible as free, right? So this is one thing that we have to correct in this landing page because she's spending money running ads to take input opt-ins for her masterclass. So this is obviously hurting her prospects of getting more opt-ins. And secondly, this section is what I would call the three secrets. So basically, what you get is she's trying to communicate that learn about how to shape your personal story into something readers will care about, what to do when your story feels overwhelming, three common mistakes that can keep your writing stalled for years, etc., etc. So basically, what the users or the people are going to get when they attend her masterclass. The problem I have with this landing page is that I haven't understood while I was reading this landing page. I didn't understand what exact problem is she trying to solve. Okay, because all of the words that are written on the page, focus on what they are going to get in terms of um, personal memoir, how they can write personal memoir, and the problems they face while writing personal memoir. But the question is, why do they need personal memoir? If they are author, why should they even write a personal memoir? The headline says transform your personal story into memoir, but there should be a strong emotional hook that you are trying to solve, uh, where your personal story comes into picture and where memoir starts helping you. So that is something which is lacking and makes this landing page very bland, honestly. So then this is about the author. That's fine. And these are the testimonials. So we'll quickly take a look at each section on this reference page I have for you guys. This is, tried and tested if format of making opt-ins. So it's better we stick to it. Even in the last video, I use this format because we don't change what works, right? So obviously, the very important thing is that the image and the headline should be clearly separated. There should not be an overlap. Secondly, the second comes the headline, right? So here is an example of a headline which I wrote for this landing page, which will definitely get a lot more, opt-ins because of the nature, and I'll quickly explain why. So here's how it goes. This is the attention banner. Urgent message for authors just 48 hours away from quitting. So you see, I'm directly calling out the audience and directly speaking the pain. The pain being they are about to quit because of so and so reasons. We'll talk in a small, in a bit. Urgent message, urgency is being triggered. Urgent message for authors just 48 hours away from quitting. Next 30 minutes, you'll get my system to use your life story to attract 100 loyal followers every single day. So do you see? I'm focusing on the genuine problem, the underlying problem that usually authors have. The problem with them is that they don't have followers, they don't have loyal customers who buy books from them, on a regular basis, right? So that is what I assumed because I didn't get a lot of information from the page. So the main problem being authors are ready to quit because they don't get enough book sales. So next 30 minutes, you'll get my system to use your life story to attract 100 followers every single day who will buy anything from you, even if you are awkward and shy. And the best part, it's better this way actually. So, these small things actually add up to the curiosity factor, and the reader can't do anything but continue reading it on the landing page. So you got attention. So that's the headline. I'll come to the analysis part of it. We do have the psychology analysis I have over here, but quickly anyways, after the headline, another important thing is to add is the testimonial or the proof of authority, success proof, etc. On the landing page. So on the page, I found out that The coach is a founder of an organization or something like that. It's the International Amy McRae for Memoir. I don't know what that is, but it's still is a proof of authority. And also, she's the best-selling memoir author. So all of these things add up to build trust with the reader alongside this curious headline. So these two things must come in the uh, hero section, image, headline, plus this testimonial authority section. That's it. Followed by what, when, and why. And that's the easy part. Then comes the three secrets or what you will get. What you will get. We lead with offer. That's a constant. So immediately after hero section comes what you get. And we write that in the form of three secrets. Secrets one, two, and three. The change I would make over here is these are written as plain statements, that they don't really help much. What you can do when the story feels overwhelming or too big. Learn how to shape your personal story into something readers will care about. Like all of this is fine, but write it in a spicy manner, I would say, in the way we saw over here in the headline. So that will keep the reader, interested and curious. So they'll definitely attend the masterclass. Let use this example, let's say. So over here we could say why personal stories are the best thing you could use to attract thousand, 100 followers to your Instagram every single day. So something like that. So you are introducing personal story on the first point. Second point could be was, focused on the limiting belief. How this shy 32-year-old stay-at-home mom speaks to 15 trusted followers who buy everything from her, something like that. So that will, make those points interesting. Then you could have a before and after section for authors before attending the masterclass, authors after attending the masterclass. Here's an example. Uh, the statements that you could use for people, for the audience as they are right now. They feel invisible. You feel invisible, shouting into a void, nobody listening to you or engaging. You feel like a salesman whenever you try to pitch your work. You try to hide your awkwardness and shyness because you think that's holding you back. But that's false. You know that this is an internal false belief. This is an internal false belief. You are burnt out. This is an external false belief. You are burnt out on content treadmill, working hours for zero ROI. You are 48 hours away from quitting because you are broken, exhausted. So all of these, pain points I'm focusing on. And then on the contrast, what authors actually want is, 100 followers every single day who crave your voice, who want to speak, want to see you speak, want to know your story, want to buy your stuff. You sell effortlessly by sharing your life story. So basically, I'm focusing on all the problems and desires the authors have instead of focusing on how they can write a better memoir. So memoir is the vehicle, right? So we don't focus on the vehicle as much. We focus on their problems and then we introduce the memoir as a vehicle for that. So over here on the opt-in page, it's important to focus on what's their problem and what do they actually want. That, will trigger a lot of curiosity in them and will push them to join or take action on your page. So with that said, then comes the testimonial. You have three testimonials over here, and they take up a lot of space. You see, it's taking up a lot of space when actually you could. The rule of thumb is to keep the landing page as concise as possible because people nowadays have very low threshold for tolerance, very low patience. They skim through pages. They do not read whole pages. So it's in our best interest, in their best interest, to keep the landing page as concise as possible. So better to place the testimonials this way in the form of cards stacked horizontally. This will ensure that your landing page is as concise as possible. Then followed by about you or founder story. Have a big image and a few, words about yourself. And I think you have it over here about your presenter. I would suggest use a better image and also take up a lot of space because we do have it. Have a bigger headline for your name, Alison Wearing, and try to use the space, spread out. You use it because you have space, right? So why not use it for the good? So that will help make it more appealing. Then you can end up with a CTA and an optional what, when, and why section. So this is a specific template to follow. Yeah, that's the breakdown for this video. For if you are an author, and this format is independent of whatever you are selling or whatever niche you're in, whichever coach you are. I am over here sharing a specific template, a format of landing page, how this thing should be placed on a landing page for the highest conversions on your ads because you're paying money, right? So just follow these system and you would get a better conversion on your landing pages. And before I end the video, I would like to share a few psychological tips which I used while writing this headline because those tips are exactly why this headline is way better in terms of keeping readers hooked. This is a attention banner. This is a headline. This is a sub headline. Okay. The purpose of attention banner is to communicate relevance. Okay. Attention banner must and only communicate relevance because people will stay on your page only if it's relevant to them. So the first thing they read on your page must communicate relevance. So the attention banner must show relevance. Then the main headline must trigger curiosity. Once they know it's relevant to them, then they need to be emotionally excited to continue reading. So over here, what I'm saying is next 30 minutes, it's high performance. Everything is high performance. Everything is high urgency. Next 30 minutes, you will get my system to use your life story to attract 100 followers every single day. So using my personal story to attract people, I don't even know how's that possible because I'm not a extroverted person. I'm introvert. I am awkward, all of that stuff. Right. So when they're reading the headline, they do have their false beliefs. Okay. And so that those false beliefs makes the headline extremely powerful because when I am awkward and shy, I could get 100 followers using my personal story. That triggers curiosity. Then immediately on the next time, you try to kill those objections. Who will buy anything from you, even if you are awkward and shy? So you're directly speaking to their pain point, right? So curiosity, headline plus subheadline. Then comes the trust. This is an additional element that I'm suggesting on this page because the page doesn't have that. Founder, international Emmy McRae for memoirs, best-selling memoir author. After showing relevance, after building curiosity, build trust, and you have the complete system to get the readers opt in for your masterclass. Now, the three psychological levers that I'm using on this page. So the first one is demand urgent action. Demand urgent action, if you remember on the attention banner, is urgent message for authors just 48 hours away from quitting. Not by false scarcity, by like 100 seats left for my masterclass. Like all of that, people are now, tolerant. People are now desensitized to that type of scarcity. So the scarcity should be driven by the reader, by the customer. So introduce a real crisis that demands urgency. Okay. So something like they're about to quit, right? It's a very bad thing that to happen. So suggest actions because you are about to quit. Take urgent action not because of my reasons, but because you are burning right now. So that's the attention banner. Secondly, you bring the success to them. People don't like to work to get success. So you frame it in a way that says that success will come to you when you try to do what I say. So don't use words that suggest taking action because that builds resistance in reader's mind. So I have an example over here. Let's say you say you put music in your life. That's suggesting action that the reader should put music in their life if you use this statement in your advertisement. So that's repulsive. Or rather you should say puts music in your life. It's just a change of this character, but then the whole meaning shifts from, the responsibility of action shifts from the reader to the thing that you're trying to market. So this thing puts music in your life. So this is now more interesting. Instead of saying put music in your life, this comes off as a command or an action or something that the reader is supposed to do. And the next thing is a pattern interrupt. So the pattern interrupt is something I used in the subheadline. It's better this way actually because that's not something we use regularly. Readers are usually not used to seeing this on pages, ads, etc. So if you use element of text like this, that will definitely help keep the readers hooked. So that's the end of this video. I hope you like this one and you can comment, your feedback on how you feel about this breakdown. And if you would like to get your funnels landing page evaluated, then you can comment that as well. So thank you.